Part 1. The Apprentice and the Cruel Princess. The arena of the Orion Empire stretched wide and bright. The floor was made of crystal panels that reflected the sky above, showing the colors of distant stars. Aliens of all shapes and sizes walked along the stands, talking loudly and laughing. Humans were gathered at the center. Most of them were quiet, looking small and weak compared to the towering aliens. One human in particular stood out, though he tried not to. His name was Alex Carter. He was young with short brown hair and clear blue eyes. He wore the simple clothes of a low-ranked servant. On his chest, a small metal tag called him an apprentice technician. Everyone thought he was weak. High above in the royal balcony, Princess Lithara sat with a crown that glowed faintly. She watched the humans with sharp green eyes. Her smile was cruel. She loved to see them fail. She pointed toward Alex. "Bring him forward," she said. Her voice echoed in the arena. "Let us see if this little human can do anything useful." Alex walked to the center, trying to keep his steps steady. The other humans watched quietly. Among them were his friends and colleagues. Nate Rogers, tall and strong. Lucas Hall, small and nervous but clever. Claire Morgan, quiet and sharp-eyed. And Amelia Scott, gentle but alert. They all knew the princess would mock them. It was part of the Empire's entertainment. A drone lay broken in the middle of the arena. Its wires stuck out and smoke rose from its engine. Lithara waved her hand. "Fix it," she said, "and do not take long. You have 5 minutes, apprentice." She laughed as Alex knelt next to the drone. "Do you even know what you are doing? Humans are so slow. I almost feel sorry for you." Alex nodded quickly. "I will try, princess," he said softly. But inside, he was not afraid. He looked at the drone carefully. Every wire, every panel, every sensor. He noticed small details that others might miss. His hands moved fast and steady. He had studied machines like this before. He also knew he had to hide how much he really understood. If he showed too much skill, the princess might punish him for showing pride. The audience laughed at the mistakes the drone made. Lithara leaned forward, her eyes shining. "Come on, human! Are you even trying?" she shouted. Alex did not answer with words. He worked. Sparks flew, wires reconnected, and slowly the drone's lights blinked in order. It started to move. The crowd gasped. The drone lifted off the ground and hovered. It turned in perfect circles, faster than before, then came back to stand still before Alex. The audience clapped, but Lithara's face remained calm. "A lucky trick," she said. "Do not think this makes you clever. You are still weak, just like the rest." Alex bowed politely. "Thank you, princess," he said. Inside, he felt a small smile. The drone had more power now. They did not notice the hidden improvements he had made. Later, back in the servant quarters, the humans talked in whispers. Alex joined them quietly. Nate was the first to speak. "That was amazing, Alex," he said. "I can't believe you fixed it so fast." Alex shook his head. "It was not fast enough to impress her," he said. "We need to be careful. She will keep testing us." Claire frowned. "Do you think she will ever stop mocking us?" Alex looked at each of them. "Not if we let her think we are weak. We have to use that. Watch, learn, and prepare. One day they will see us differently." Amelia leaned close. "Differently? How?" Alex whispered. "Stronger, smarter, dangerous." In the royal balcony, Lithara was watching the recordings of the arena. She replayed the moment the drone lifted off. She saw the precise movements of Alex's hands, the choices he made in an instant. Her curiosity grew. She wanted to see more. She called a royal aide. "Assign him as my apprentice servant," she said. "I want to see how far he can go." Alex's life changed. He would serve the princess directly. She would taunt him every day, making him feel small. But he did not mind. He had plans. He had skills they did not know about. And he had patience. That night, Alex found a quiet corner of the palace. He closed his eyes and breathed slowly. He checked his body, remembering the old training he had received years ago in a secret program. Humans like him had been trained to adapt, to learn quickly, to survive. He remembered exercises for speed, for observation, for mental focus. The program was gone, but the lessons were still inside him. "I will not be weak," he whispered. "Humans are done being prey." The next day, Lithara arrived to begin her lessons. She expected failure. She expected mistakes. Alex bowed low and followed her, keeping his head down. He pretended to be small, unimportant, and slow. She laughed at him, calling him a weak human again and again. But every assignment was a chance for him to study the palace, to learn the patterns of the guards, to notice the ways the drones moved, to find small weaknesses everywhere. The humans in his quarters watched and learned. Alex taught them without speaking loudly. He used gestures, small signals, and secret messages. Claire learned how to adjust machines quietly. Lucas learned to memorize guard patterns. Nate learned timing and patience. Amelia learned to notice injuries quickly and treat them in secret. As days passed, Alex's confidence grew. He did not show it to the princess. He bowed, he smiled, he accepted her taunts. But inside, he built his plan. Humans were more than prey. He would show it. And when the right moment came, the galaxy would see the real strength of a human who never appeared strong. Part 2. The Making of a Weak Human Threat. Princess Lithara continued her daily lessons with Alex Carter. Each day, she gave him more tasks. She laughed when he struggled, mocked every small mistake, and reminded him that humans were weak. Alex acted clumsy at first, letting her feel in control. But inside, he was observing everything. He watched the princess, her guards, and the palace systems carefully. One day, she handed him a small device that controlled parts of the arena. "Fix it," she said, waving her hand. "If it fails, you will regret it." Alex nodded quietly. He pretended to study the device and pressed buttons slowly. In reality, he memorized every pattern of the system, every line of code, and every weak point. He knew that one day this knowledge could save lives. The princess thought he was slow. The humans watching from the servant quarters knew better. That night, Alex gathered his friends in a secret corner. "We are not weak," he whispered. "We have skills they do not know about. We need to work together." Nate, tall and strong, nodded. "I will follow your lead." Claire, with sharp eyes, leaned forward. "Tell me what to do." Lucas looked nervous but eager. "I can remember patterns and give warnings." Amelia nodded. "I can keep us safe." Alex drew simple diagrams in the dust on the floor. He pointed at vents, doors, and patrol paths. "We will use these," he said. "Every weakness, every small chance, we will turn it into strength." The humans worked quietly each night. Claire adjusted machines to act at certain times. Lucas memorized patrol routines. Nate practiced quick strikes and timing. Amelia found small ways to help them recover from injuries using old supplies and alien gels. Alex trained with them in secret. He taught breathing exercises, observation techniques, and reaction drills. He showed them how to stay calm when danger approached. They were scared at first, but his confidence inspired them. Then the Apex Hunters arrived. Their ship, the Spear of Dusk, landed in the palace yard. The humans had only heard stories. Apex Hunters were the best predators in the galaxy. They were tall, armored, and terrifying. Varash, the leader, was especially dangerous. His eyes burned with experience and pride. The Emperor and Princess met the hunters in a grand hall. "We need the hunt to begin soon," said the Emperor. "Let the galaxy see our control." The hunters laughed at humans. They called them soft and weak. Lithara called Alex to her side and showed him the recordings of previous hunts. "How long do you think you will last, human?" she asked. Alex answered calmly, "Longer than you expect." The princess laughed, but something in her expression changed. She had never seen a human speak with such quiet confidence. Alex returned to the servant quarters that night. He went through a routine of exercises, running in ducks, lifting small weights, and practicing hand-to-hand movements with Nate. He trained Lucas and Claire on quick decision-making. Amelia learned how to use tiny distractions to protect the group. Each small practice built a stronger team. A few days later, Alex noticed something unusual. During a demonstration in the arena, a small security breach happened. A hunter scout moved in ways that were not normal. No one else noticed. Alex studied the scout, noting his movement patterns and weaknesses. He whispered a message to Claire and Nate, showing where the weak points in armor might be. They nodded silently. The princess continued her taunts, unaware of the growing intelligence and coordination among the humans. She thought she controlled the apprentice completely. Each time she mocked him, Alex quietly recorded every detail. The movements of guards, the timing of doors, the patterns of drones. Nothing escaped his observation. One evening, Alex gathered the group again. "Tomorrow," he said, "we will begin testing our ideas. Not against the princess directly, but in the arena. We will practice avoiding the hunters without being noticed." The group prepared. Claire set small devices in vents to distract sensors. Lucas memorized the paths of guards and drones. Nate practiced moving silently and quickly through the halls. Amelia packed medical supplies and gels to treat injuries. Alex watched all of them carefully, adjusting their plan with small improvements. The next day, the arena was filled with humans and other species as part of a practice hunt. Small packs of apex hunters entered first. They moved easily, confident of their skills. Other creatures ran or hid. The humans stayed in formation, following Alex's quiet signals. Alex led the group through a maze of passages. He avoided the hunters and lured one of them under a weak platform. A small trap caused the platform to shift, pinning the hunter slightly. Nate struck at the weak spot in the armor that Alex had discovered. The hunter stumbled and roared in surprise. The audience gasped. Humans had actually hurt a hunter. Lithara's eyes widened. She had never seen this happen before. Her amusement changed to curiosity and a trace of fear. Alex did not celebrate. He used the moment to move the group further into the maze, staying safe while testing the hunter's reactions. Each move was careful and calculated. Each action showed that humans could be smart and dangerous even when physically weaker. Back in the royal box, whispers spread among the nobles. Some questioned the hunter's invincibility. Others whispered about the human apprentice, noting his quiet skill. Lithara leaned forward, unable to look away. She could not understand how a human could act with such intelligence and control under pressure. After the practice hunt, Alex met the group in a hidden corner. "We are learning fast," he said, "but we must be patient. The real test is coming. The apex hunters will not forget today. Neither will the princess." Claire nodded. "I understand. We must keep our moves secret." Lucas added, "If they learn we are planning, they will destroy us." "Then we must be careful," Alex said. "But remember, we are already stronger than they think. They will always underestimate us." In the shadows of the palace, the group trained and prepared. Every night brought new skills, new knowledge, and new confidence. They learned to watch, to listen, and to act in unison. They learned that survival required brains more than brawn. Lithara, meanwhile, began to study Alex more closely. She wanted to understand how a human could move and act with such precision. She still mocked him, but sometimes her words were softer, more curious. She could feel that something unusual was happening, something no one had expected. Alex whispered to himself one night, looking at the stars through a small window. They think we are weak. Soon they will learn that humans are not prey. Not anymore. And with that quiet determination, the apprentice and his friends continued their secret training, unaware that the apex hunters would soon face humans they had never truly understood. Part 3. Hunted Humans. Hunting Minds. The Emperor's announcement came early in the morning. The grand hunt would begin soon. Many species were gathered in the palace arena, each waiting nervously. Humans were listed as background prey. No one expected them to last long. Lithara smiled as she called Alex to her side. She still saw him as her weak apprentice. She did not understand how dangerous he could be. "Remember your place," she said, her green eyes sharp. "Do not disappoint me." Alex bowed politely. "Yes, Princess," he said. Inside, he smiled slightly. He had already studied the arena. He had already prepared for the hunt. Today would show the first real test of their plans. The arena was a maze-like structure with high walls, shifting platforms, and hidden vents. Many of the prey creatures ran into traps set by the Empire. Apex hunters moved confidently, enjoying their control. Humans, however, moved with careful coordination. Alex led them quietly, using hand signals and simple gestures. Nate was at the front, drawing attention when needed. Claire adjusted machinery and vents to create small distractions. Lucas watched paths of the hunters and called out warnings in whispered signals. Amelia stayed close, ready to treat injuries and maintain the group's health. The first hunters entered the maze. They laughed at the humans. They did not believe that any of them could fight or escape. Alex waited until they were close, then signaled a small trap. A section of the floor tilted slightly, catching a hunter off guard. Nate moved quickly and struck at a weak point in the hunter's armor. The hunter stumbled, surprised. The other hunters hesitated. This had never happened before. In the royal box, Lithara's expression changed. Her amusement faded into a mix of curiosity and fear. She had never seen humans do this. She leaned forward, whispering to herself, "How can this be?" Alex guided his team through the maze with precision. Every move was planned. Every path had been studied. The humans avoided the hunters and used the environment to their advantage. Small machines Claire had modified created sudden noises or blocked paths. Lucas kept track of hunter movements. Nate handled any close encounters. Amelia ensured everyone stayed safe. The apex hunters were frustrated. They had never hesitated before. Now they were cautious. Their instincts warned them that these humans were more than ordinary prey. One young hunter froze before entering a corridor where two of his pack had disappeared. His breathing changed. He looked around, confused and wary. The arena cameras captured every moment. Nobles whispered. Some argued that humans were not supposed to be dangerous. Others said this was an unusual anomaly. Lithara could not stop watching. Her taunts had no effect. She leaned back, her mind racing. Alex saw an opportunity. He led the group to a larger section of the maze. They avoided direct confrontation, but created small challenges for the hunters. A tilted platform here, a blocked corridor there, a sudden flash from a modified light panel. Each action made the hunters react, showing fear they had never felt. During a pause in the hunt, Lithara contacted Alex through a secure channel. "How are you doing this?" she asked, her voice low. It was not mocking. It was curiosity mixed with concern. Alex replied calmly, "We learn from pressure. Humans grow stronger when they are pushed." Her silence spoke volumes. She had never heard a human speak like this before. She could sense that Alex was changing the way humans were viewed in the Empire. The hunt continued. Other species were captured or killed, but Alex's team remained unscathed. Every small trap and device they had prepared was used with precision. The humans moved as one, their coordination perfect. Each hunter encounter was carefully managed, avoiding serious harm but showing strength and intelligence. A group of hunters advanced toward the humans directly. Alex signaled a feigned retreat. The hunters followed, confident of an easy capture. At the right moment, Alex triggered a series of small machinery failures and environmental hazards. Lights flickered, vents hissed, and platforms shifted. Hunters were slowed or forced to retreat. One was slightly injured. Fear and confusion spread among them. The royal box erupted in whispers and shouts. Lethera's eyes widened. She had never imagined that humans could manipulate the environment so effectively. Her laughter was gone. Instead, there was a deep fascination and a touch of fear. Alex was no longer a weak apprentice in her eyes. Back in a hidden corner, Alex gathered his team. "We are learning faster than I expected," he said. "But the apex hunters will adjust. We must always be ready for their next move." Claire nodded. "We can handle it. We are stronger together." Lucas added, "They are starting to fear us. That is new." Nate smiled. "Good. They should fear humans." Amelia looked at Alex. "Do you think we can survive the whole hunt?" Alex paused, thinking of the strategies they had prepared. "Yes, and we will teach them that humans are not easy prey. We survive because we learn, adapt, and act together." The apex hunters began to show signs of hesitation. They no longer moved with total confidence. Some argued among themselves. One hunter refused to enter a corridor, remembering the last trap. Their instincts were confused. They were facing prey that thought, planned, and adapted. This had never happened before. Alex's team continued through the maze, avoiding the hunters, using every small advantage and keeping their injuries minimal. Every encounter taught them something new. Every minor victory increased their confidence. Lethera watched from above, fascinated. She had never expected humans to be this clever. She realized that the apprentice she had mocked might actually change the way humans were seen in the galaxy. But she did not fully understand his methods. She could see the results, but not the careful planning behind each move. By the end of the day, the humans had survived several hunter encounters. The apex hunters were shaken, their pride wounded. The audience was amazed. No one had ever seen humans act with such intelligence and coordination under direct threat. Alex gathered his team once more in a secret location. "Today was a success," he said quietly. "But tomorrow the hunt will be more dangerous. We must continue training and improving. We are still learning, and we must always be ready." The team nodded. They had seen what humans could do when they worked together and used their minds. They had learned that strength was not only in muscles or weapons, but in planning, observation, and courage. As night fell over the palace, Alex looked up at the stars. "The Empire sees us as weak," he whispered. "They will soon learn that humans are not prey, not anymore." And so the apprentice continued his quiet preparation. He taught his team to be ready for anything, to act as one, and to use every skill they had. The apex hunters would soon face humans who could think, adapt, and survive against the best predators in the galaxy. The real test was coming, and Alex was ready to lead his team through it.